Hey everybody, Mark here. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to talk about something that seems to be a very common issue that's happening with traders. You know, they end up losing a lot of capital, or a big portion of their capital anyway, and they can't seem to have consistent profits. You know, they've just started doing binary options. They've just started with pocket option. They're not seeing any success, or they've been trading for many, many years and they're still not seeing the cash flow, right? They want extra cash, or maybe a few extra bucks, or maybe just an extra part-time income, and they're not getting that. Well, I wanted to cover a few things on this video that may not be so obvious to the average trader out there. And if you're like me at one point, you know, you may have been scouring the internet for different trading strategies, or, you know, strategies on binary options, or watching pocket option videos and trying to figure out and find something that is really going to give you that edge. Well, I want to tell you guys, on average, most of the strategies that you find online are generally going to give you about the same result. And so I would say most strategies are going to give you anywhere from 50 to maybe around 60% win rate. 60% is incredibly good, okay? But most of the time, you're going to find something under 60%. It could be even around, maybe I would say somewhere between 45 and 55% win rate, okay? And a lot of that depends on your personality. This constant hunt for strategies to find the strategy or something out there that is going to, you know, allow you to win, you know, way more than you would lose, like maybe I would say 90% of the time, is going to be almost impossible or extremely difficult to find if it's out there. I don't believe it's out there. I've never seen anything like that. You know, I show losses on my videos all the time, so you can see when I'm trading, I don't have a 90% win rate. So what exactly are you looking for? And it's really, you kind of get all wrapped up into this thing, and you, after a certain point, you kind of like don't know what you're doing anymore. And you start questioning yourself, is this really right? Did I make the right choice? Is this a right fit for me? Am I wasting my time? I totally hear you. So with the win rates around, you know, 45, 55%, when it comes to the different strategies that we have out there, well, that's really going to be very difficult for you to even break even with a binary options broker. See, to break even, guys, you need about a 55% win rate all the time. All the time. You need a 55% win rate. Now, why isn't it 50? Well, that's because most brokers, you know, they're only going to pay you 92% of whatever you put in. So if you start with $100 and you go into an entry, or you go into a trade with $10 and you lose that, you lose $10, right? You lose 100% of that when you have a loss. But when you have a win, you are only getting 92% of that back. So you almost have to have a couple wins to really get ahead, right? So, you know, almost like 2 wins for every loss that you have. And that's really, really difficult. Very, very hard to do. And so when you're entering, you don't, you know, you have a couple losses, you may try to trade again, but those wins are not really making up for the losses, are they? And you find yourself, when you're looking at your balance inside a pocket option, and it just keeps going down, or in most cases, it will just stay the same. Well, one reason is because there is a kind of like a universal law, right? You know, so you're generally going to have like 50% winnings for your lifetime, or if you go into your back office inside a pocket option and you look at your overall lifetime trades and your win rate, it's probably going to be very close to 50%. That's just the way it is, guys. So even if you flip a coin, you know, you may land on heads 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row, but after you do it like 100 or 200 times, it's all going to even out around 50%. That's just the way it is. That's the way God has made things. We don't have any control over that, guys. So you really have to keep that in mind. And when you're pushing, trying to get like a 85 or 90% or 100% win rate through a strategy with pocket option or binary options or whatever it is, you're going to have a really difficult time. You're really going to struggle with that and lose a lot of capital during that process of trying to find the absolute holy grail or best strategy that's out there. So why waste your time with that? Why waste your time? And let me tell you this, guys. Do you think if someone did have a 90% or 100% win rate or a 99% win rate, would they really post it on YouTube for everybody to see? No, they would probably just keep it to themselves. Wouldn't you? If you have a 99% win rate, would you tell everybody about it? Probably not. So here's the solution. What you guys need is a trade manager. Because without the trade manager, you just stay in the same spot day after day, or you can see that balance going lower and lower, right? So with the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, which is the trade manager that I provide to all of the VIP members that are a part of our Telegram group, this helps you and gives you the exact trade amounts that you need to use to stay profitable, right? Well, let me give you an example on what I mean. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and clear this out. And I was just experimenting around with this earlier. But let's just say that, you want to start a trading session. And so normally when we're using the trade manager, we call each time we run through a bunch of trades with the trade manager. Well, each one that we do, each series of trades using the manager is called one session. So if we win, we have our total wins, which is 2, whatever amount that we choose over here on the right. We must win 2 trades per session. And once we win those 2 trades, our session is over. Then we just restart and do it again and again. So let's just create a balance here. Let's just say you have $1,000, right? And your goal for this trading session is going to be a max of 10 trades. That means that you must win at least 2 trades out of the 10. So 2 out of 10 you must win in order to get this 0.69% profit out of your account, which would be in dollars, that would be around $6.94. But actually, if you're watching the payout percentage inside a pocket option, which is around 92%, then you should have somewhere around $7.63, right? For each trading session. Now, you might be looking at that and go, well, Mark, I just put $1,000 into my pocket option account. I don't want to just only make $7, right? And this is where the mindset comes in, right? Because you're probably looking at that $1,000 and you're going, well, hey, I want to make $50 or $100. Well, here's the thing. You can, but you have to do it over multiple sessions. Okay? That's why I have this is something that I have over here. This is not what's included with the calculator, but sometimes I keep track of the number of sessions that I do, because one trading session could only last like a few minutes, right? So let's just say that you have a goal of making 2 winning trades out of 2 winning trades out of 10 trades. Okay. So you come over here, the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager gives you the first trade amount. This is what you need to enter. You would come over here and copy that and then go over to Pocket Option and just enter that right here and enter the trade amount, just like that. And then you go ahead and trade. So it gives you that amount. Now, let's just say that you lose that trade, right? Well, then the trade manager is going to give you a different amount that you need to enter. So then you would select this amount and come over to, let's just say over here, and then I will go ahead and paste that, and then you trade with this amount. Now, if you win this next trade, we put a W, right? And now the trade manager wants you to trade with a smaller amount. Okay? This is not martingale, guys. I know what you're thinking. It's not martingale. When you win, and because you've only set yourself to win 2 trades out of 10, well, the next amount after a win is going to be smaller. And if you lose this one, the next amount's going to be smaller, much smaller than the 1268, which is from after the first loss that we had. But you only have one more win to get out of 10 trades. So if I lose this one and then lose this one and then lose this one, if you're in a normal situation where you keep losing rapidly inside a pocket option, right? Your first reaction to that is to trade with more. But how much more do you trade with? And under which basis are you going by? If I just lost 30, 40, almost $50, well, then I'm going to go ahead and put $50, right? But is that the right amount? You really don't have any idea unless you have the mathematical calculations that this trade manager provides to you. It's going to give you the exact amount that you need to input into Pocket Option for each and every trade. So now, if I enter in 57.74 and I win that, well, not only are we in profit now of $7.63, but we've also completed the session. And so we've profited when in fact before, maybe you're just keep putting in random numbers up here in the amount, or you keep constantly trading with the same $10 or $20 over and over and over again, watching your balance go down because you're trying to catch up and make up for your losses. Well, with the trade manager, you don't have to do that. It handles all of those trade amounts for you. So once you hit your goal of whatever the winning trade amount is, and this is customizable, you guys can put just 1, which I highly recommend if you're just starting out, or you can put 2 or 3, whatever that is. It will show you the exact profit that you're going to have after each session. It's right here, guys. It shows the percentage of what you're going to win on your account, the exact winning profit, the total capital final on what your account should look like after you're done with the session. And after you're done with the session, in this case, if you've completed or you've had all the 2 winning trades, then you go ahead and clear everything out. So you set everything back to 0, just like this. And you do another session, start another session. But now you're not working with $1,000 anymore. Now you're working with 1,007.63. You see that? So how many sessions could you do in a day? That didn't take very long. It may have only taken 5 minutes. Or if you're working on a 5-second chart, maybe that would be just a few seconds, right? Or maybe 10 seconds. If you have a win, I don't know, maybe you probably need a little bit longer than that if you've got, 2 or 3 wins to do, but it's still a very, very short period of time. So that's really what I want to get to, is that do you have some type of structure with your trading, or do you have some way to manage yourself and to control your psychology when it comes to entering amounts or clicking on the buttons in Pocket Option? Are you just coming in here and kind of just clicking high and low, depositing more money and doing all this stuff and just constantly losing and losing? Or do you have some type of trade manager available to you to keep you under control and have some type of self-control, because it's helping you with that so you don't go crazy? And I remember how it was. I used to do this, years ago. I used to just kind of eyeball it, right? And not really know what I'm doing. And so I think you guys really need to seriously look at this, okay? But it's one of those things that you really have to focus on your strategy as well. It's not just all about the trade manager. You need something that will give you and provide to you somewhere around a 50% win rate. Now, through the laws of averages and stuff like that, you could just blindfold yourself and click on these buttons. Of course, I don't recommend doing that. I would suggest finding a strategy, either from one of my videos or looking at other videos on YouTube, a strategy that you're comfortable with, that's a good fit for you. Because let's face it, a lot of people ask me, well, Mark, do you provide a strategy inside of your VIP Telegram? And I don't really, because the strategy that I like is not going to be a strategy that you maybe might, you may not like it, right? There's no one strategy that's going to be a good fit for everyone. There just isn't. So you have to go out there and find one that is the right fit for your personality on how you like to trade. We have a member in the group right now. He's making like $70 to $80 a day using the trade manager. And he just likes to trade really, really fast. He's using a very small time frame, and he just does it really, really quickly. That works for him. Now, other traders, they may find that to be stressful, right? We've got traders out there putting in a trade, and it lasts for 10 minutes. I mean, you can come up here with the expiry, and you can put in a trade that lasts up to 30 minutes or even an hour, if that's what you choose to do. Now, that's a lot less stressful. Now, you're going to have to wait a while to see the result of that trade, but that just works for that particular personality of someone that doesn't want the hassle of having to sit in front of the computer. They just want to put in the trade and then just walk away. Totally up to you, right? So those are some things to think about, guys. We've got 50% on average is the result from most, I would say 99% of the strategies that are out there. And you need 55% to break even with pocket option. Not profits. That's not being profitable. That's just breaking even. Remember this. That's just breaking even. So how will you get higher than that? How will you pass that 55% mark? What are you going to use to help you get past that? Well, that's where the trade manager comes in. Now, of course, this is something that I provide, of course, because I talk about it all the time. I really like it, and of course, I'm going to shamefully plug my own thing, but this is something that will help you and give you that edge so you can get over that 55% mark and start winning most of your sessions. Okay. And so I've got a link for this down below in the description. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope this helps you out and really start changing things and helping you to overcome and getting unstuck when it comes to trading. If you don't have some type of system or structure to follow with your trading, and you don't think psychological wise, you're not able to handle it, or if you find yourself all over the place and scattered around, find a system or get a system that's going to help you stay on track so you guys can make more money and beat this thing, okay? Because I want you guys to really, really make some money with this, all right? That's the whole video for today, guys. Really appreciate you coming out, and I'll give you some more information about the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager towards the end of this video. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Hey everybody, Mark here. I have a question for you. Are you struggling to become profitable with binary options? Does it seem like no matter how many wins you get, your account balance is either going down or it just seems to stay in the same spot? Well, I've got a solution for you. It's called the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, and it gives you the potential to make between 5 and 10% on your account every day. You could have multiple losses in a row and still come out profitable. And you guys know that, having proper risk management is your key to success with trading. And this trade manager gives you that edge that you need. So join the VIP Telegram group now and get access to all my premium calculators and spreadsheets. Now's the time. It's time to take your trading to the next level. You'll find the link below in the description of this video. Have a good day.